Alright, welcome back to the Alliance Set Review. Sorry we had to take such a big break off from the sealed progression, but again, I was moving, but now those things are not an issue anymore. So let's see what we open in Alliances. I do think this is a very powerful set. Force of Will, Falling Glaciers I'd be okay to open, but there's just a lot of good cards to open in here, so let's see what we get. Lake of the Dead. Okay. Thought Lash. Storm Cauldron. Storm Cauldron is a Lake of the Dead is interesting. Pyrokinesis, really happy with that. And the Force of Will. We also have an Arcane Denial. What do we have any here? Actually, it's pretty good. War Beast is decent. Lake of the Dead's really interested. Ooh, Spirit Card. It's nice. Yeah, this is pretty good. So, I guess there's not. I mean, our white sucks, but eh. Carrier Pigeons is not terrible. But yeah, our white's pretty bad. Our blue. These Sages are not great, but Double Stormcrow is pretty okay. Latinum's Legacy is, like, decent, honestly. Foresight might actually just be okay. I don't know. Outlash. Okay. And then Force of Will. Storm Elemental, 6-mana, 3/4 flyer. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see you in the deck tech. Welcome back to another episode of Militia Madness, the sealed progression series. And today I'm going to be kind of going through where the series is because this is a ban list episode. So, let's start with the deck that. Let's start with the two decks I'm definitely not bringing, but are important because I think they're close. So this is what my Rakdos deck would look like. It's just too derivative of what Morgan's done and what Morgan would be doing. And we've given them a hard time for it, so I don't really think I can play it. But really quickly, if I'm going to stop and look at any card in particular, this is what that deck would be doing. Really, really good cards like Black Carriage. Like, this doesn't seem that good, but with Rook Egg, it gets a lot better. So that's the Rakdos deck. The other deck that I don't think I'm gonna. The other, like, three are really in contention. Let's look at the Grixis deck. Which would change a lot. We get Storm Elemental, which would be pretty good. Nothing much changes with the sorceries, but in the instance we did pull the Force of Will, which I'm really, really happy about. So yeah, but we've played this deck before, so I'm not exactly excited to play it again. So probably gonna put this on the back burner, though it does look really, really good. The biggest thing is we just need better mana bases. The deck I'm really torn between are this Izzet deck, which I think I'm gonna go with. Just cheap flyers. Our best removal spells are in red. Counter magic, that kind of thing. We have Force of Will. Pyrokinesis needs to get in here, I think, as well. Force of Will, Pyrokinesis needs to be in here as well. Which is the other one we opened. Probably take out, like, that. Yeah, this is just what the deck would look like. Really, really happy with this Izzet deck. I think it would be good if you played it. I just don't know if we can, but maybe we'll try. Maybe some tweaking more, like Aaron can get back in the main deck. But this is what an Izzet deck would be like, and I do think we want Fire Breathings in here as well. Yeah. For a couple of reasons. One, on a flyer, it's just really, really good. And then another, it's another red card. Yeah, so this would be the Izzet deck that I think I'm going to go with. And if that's the case, I'll come back for a bigger deck. But this is the Gruul Ponza deck, which is like a red-green land destruction deck. And I think is really, really close. It's just we need better ramp targets, is like the only thing. But look, we have all of the land destruction at 3 that we'd want. This deck does look really, really good, but I think I'm gonna wait on it for one more week. So yeah, let's go with Izzet. We haven't played Izzet in a while. Let's go with this. So the goal of this deck is to be a tempo control deck where we're trying to find these 12 creatures and take away the game with them, remove the things that we care about, draw cards, that type of thing. We get to play Disintegrate, Pyrotechnics, our removal spells in this. In terms of new cards, we're on Force of Will, Pyrotechnics, and Arcane Denial, I believe, are all new. We're on more cantrips with Am's Legacy. It's another possibility we should play Brainstorm, but I think Brainstorm gets a lot worse. We don't have shuffle effects. So, yeah, essentially we're just like a blue-red Flyers deck backed up with red removal, blue tempo spells, counter magic, and again some more red removal, Incinerate, Pyrokinesis, Inferno, and then looking to slam a Fire Breathing or an Unstable Mutation to really take over the game. And then we're on our lands, pretty standard. I don't expect this to be here more often. Spoilers. And then our sideboard is what our sideboard is. We have a strip mine, the blue and red blasts, in case Morgan wants to do that. Very militia-esque. Earthbind and Immolation to take care of cheap aggressive flyers and just cheap creatures. Stone Rain, so we have answers to annoying lands like Library. Aaron, just another threat against decks that we need that. Fissure, and then Vesuvian Doppelganger to round out the deck. But yeah, I think this deck's pretty good. It's very similar to the blue-red decks of old, except we don't have Serendipity. But apart from that, yeah. Let us know what you think of the series. This is the deck I'm going to be bringing. So this is Hunter, out.